This is Christian White, the CEO of White Associates Practice Consulting, and today I'd like to focus on increasing your dental practice's revenue during times of high inflation without increasing your fees. Inflation is one of the number one problems facing dental practices. It's keeping dentists up at night, and I'd like to come up with a couple suggestions that I think will be a huge help for you and your dental team. Number one, let's get it done in one appointment. When we're scheduling the dentistry, instead of having two shorter appointments, let's combine the appointments into one longer appointment and have the patient come into the dental practice once versus twice. The patients will love that. It will save them time, and that will be a huge value for them. For us in the dental practice, it'll save us time, it'll save us money, it'll help reduce our expenses. Next, talk to the patients about fluoride, about teeth whitening, and any other promotions you have going on in the dental practice. These are services that patients want. They just need to have someone talk to them about the importance of it and the non-clinical benefits of it and how it's going to help their overall health. Most patients, if you ask them if they want their teeth to look brighter or whiter, or if they want a better smile, will say yes. Most patients don't understand the value of fluoride. Someone needs to have a discussion with them about that and the non-clinical benefits of doing that. That is important. If you're having a problem getting the conversation started about that, please call me and I can help you with that. Next, perio. Perio is a really big deal and is becoming more and more of an important piece as inflation begins to go up, up, and up. Most dental practices, in terms of perio production, when you look at the overall hygiene production, it's less than 10%. It's not that great. The hygienists are not talking to the patient about it, and if they are talking to them about it, they're doing it for them and they're not charging them for it. In most dental practices, there is a huge opportunity there that are available for the dental practice. So how do we do that? All right, so number one, the dentist needs to define, he or she or them needs to define what is our standard of care in terms of perio and make sure the rest of the dental team understands that. The next, the hygienists need to have a way to have a conversation with the patient about perio. That requires asking them a question and having a conversation with them about that. If you need help with that and getting started, please call me and I can help you with that. But those are some really quick pieces that we could do. And if we can increase the perio production, that's going to increase the hygiene production, which is going to be a huge value for the dental practice as we begin to move forward through the end of this year and into the first quarter of next year. Okay, next piece is the recall. Who is mining the delinquent recall in the office? Every month there should be a report run on the delinquent recall. Who is in the 1 month, the 3 month, the 6 month, the 9 month, and who's over 12 months delinquent? We should know that, and we should know how many patients are in each category. You can take the 1 month patients and divide it by 8, and that'll tell you how many hygiene appointments we have available to see. Most dental practices, there is a gold mine there. All we have to do is just mine it. So put somebody in charge of the delinquent recall. That means calling during the day. That means even possibly calling at night. I know most people don't like that, but patients are home at night, and yes, that does work. That also means having a digital recall system in your office, and then somebody working that. That means sending out emails and sending out text messages on a regular basis and having that scheduled. That is something that is very important. Who's ever in charge of that should be required to give a short presentation at the end of the month to the doctor or doctors about what they've been able to do in terms of their success with the recall system. That's very important. Keeps the hygiene schedule full, and on top of that, that keeps our doctors' schedules full. And most of those patients who are coming in, a lot of them have dentistry to do or need to come and see us anyway. So that's very important. Next, collecting money. Wow. It has never been more important than it has been right now to collect money. When you look at the collections in the dental practice, they should be 95%. And I'm talking about net collections. That's production minus the write-offs, and what's left is for us to be able to collect. We should be collecting 95% per month. If we're not at 95%, let's have a discussion, and start asking some questions about what's happening and what's preventing us from getting there. Okay. When you look at the accounts receivable, the accounts receivable ratio for our dental practice, when you look at it month to month, should be less than 1.5 months. So what does that mean? When you look at the accounts receivable and all the money that's in there, that's dentistry we have done that we have not been paid for yet. That money is in our patients' pockets. It's not in our bank account yet. So we would like that to be less than 1.5 months worth of production in that account. Okay. And every month you look at your accounts receivable at the end of the month and you divide that into your net production, and that tells you where we're at in terms of the accounts receivable. That's important. Another little helpful tip: take a team member or 2 team members and put them in charge of the accounts receivable in terms of how much money is in the 30, 60, 90, and over 120 days, and have them give a presentation to the doctor or doctors at the end of the month in terms of where is the money and what are we doing to collect that. That would be a really, really important piece to do. I highly suggest you do that. Next, online payments. This is going to be a change for a lot of dental practices, but it's something that's coming with technology, and it's going to become a bigger and bigger deal. This is going to become part of the patient experience. How do I pay my bill? Is it convenient or is it not convenient? And the less convenient it is, the less the chance that I'm going to come back and be a patient in your dental practice. Patients want to be able to pay and go. Pay and go. And that requires an electronic system in the dental practice. That requires you to be able to have the ability for the patient to pay in the chair anywhere in the dental practice. That is an important piece. There are systems that are out there. I have a great recommendation for you if you need one. I highly suggest talking to Mindy at US Bank. I know her really, really well, and they've got a great system there, and it works great in dental practices. That's all she works with is dental practices. It's great. Very important. And last but not least, let's talk about online reviews and reputation management. If I'm a potential new patient, I'm going online, I'm typing into Google, and I'm see all these dental practices that come up. How do I choose which dental practice to make an appointment with? They look at the number of reviews. Who has the most reviews? And that must be the best dental practice to go to. So my question to you is, how many Google reviews do you have? That's an important question. Is somebody in charge of that piece in your dental practice? That's like I said, it's important. I have a great referral for you. Adrian Baines at AMP Digital Agency. He has a great online reputation management software system that he uses. He works with a lot of our dental clients, and our dental clients love him. He manages the reviews. He makes sure that they're getting reviews every month. And if there's a bad review, he knows how to handle that professionally. It's great. So I highly suggest that piece. That's just how new patients are going to be shopping in the future. So it just is a question of whether the patients are going to come to you or whether they're going to go to the dental practice down the street. Guys, these are a few suggestions I just want to share with you today. I hope this is valuable. If you have any questions or concerns, please give me a call, and I'd love to talk to you. So take care, and we'll talk soon.